What's up, you guys? Mighty Mike here. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can get the most from conferences. I'm here at the National Association of Licensed Investigators, and I'm actually a vendor here. We're one of the sponsors, one of the exhibitors. And so there's a couple things that you can do to get the absolute most out of a conference, and I'm going to dive into it right now.
You're listening to Process Server Daily.
Okay, you guys, so to start off with, you need to make sure that you are presentable. You guys know I normally dress like some type of a rock star, punk rocker, or some country boy, or different elements, or maybe ages of my history, right? But when you come to a conference, you should present yourself in the best possible light. Similar to like when I go to church, I want to present myself in the best possible light so that I can make the best connections, because first impressions are important. So I always say wear a suit and tie. If you're a woman, you don't have to necessarily wear a dress, but look professional. Don't wear nasty clothes. This is kind of obvious, so I'm just going to breeze over it, okay? But this is a given. If you fight me on this, I promise there's people around you that think you're homeless, and they're like, who's this person at the conference, right? Okay. So we don't want to judge, right? I'm a Christian, but at the same time, we do judge. Humans judge people. So dress nice. The second thing is, I'm going to put a video here of the vendors. Did a quick walk around so you can see the different vendor tables. We have one of them, and when you go to the vendor tables, you want to get cards and give your cards to the vendors. The reason why is, yes, they're going to try to sell you stuff, but you get to know people who will connect you with other people, right? You get to know people like, let's say Mike Yergy, he's an insurance guy. He's been in the business forever. If you went to him and you said, hey, who in the industry knows this or that, he'll be able to tell you exactly who you need to talk to. Like for investigators, like he's the one that actually told us to come to this conference. So just by networking with other vendors and other people at the conference, I was able to get a list of other conferences I could go to. And so here we are. We're here in Colorado, right? So the next thing is, like, when you do connect with somebody, this is some tactical stuff, right? If you're a Mighty Premium member, we actually give you our Mighty Automation tool. It's as a bonus, and it actually has an app. And so whenever I meet somebody new, instead of giving them a business card, which I also do that, but once you give them a business card, you should also put them in your phone. So just open up the app and say, how do you spell your name? And then they'll give you their whole name. You put it in the system, you put their phone number. What's your phone number? And just be in the process of entering their information into your CRM. And then you can tag them inside the system with an automation that will automatically text them your information. You can say, you should get a text message and an email from me here shortly. And 90% of people are going to be blown away. When I do this, people are like, boom, I just got an email. They're like, yeah, I just saved your information. By the way, what's your birthday? If you want to go to the next level and they're in the moment while they're excited about your automation, you say, by the way, what's your birthday? I'm telling you, it might feel uncomfortable at first, but eventually it'll become second nature and you'll just ask for it. And when you send them a text message on their birthday or an email on their birthday, there's almost nothing else you could do for most people other than maybe sending them a gift on their birthday, right? Which you can do that as well. There's lots of automation tools like Mailbox Power will send a gift. You can have an automation set where it automatically sends the same gift to different people, right? Or maybe you find out somebody likes something, you could set an automation. Inside the community, I talk about all this stuff. I break down how to use Mighty Automation, especially on Funnel Fridays. Every Friday, I break down a different element of the automation tools that we offer process servers and private investigators. So while we're here, we're meeting people, we're networking. But if you're a process server or a PI and you're out here networking at these conferences, you need to meet people. I think there's a lost art of not just networking, but also networking with people who can solve a problem. There's a book called Who Not How, and it basically says it's like, we all think about, what do I need to do to get to the next level? But the question we should be asking is, who do I need to meet that will pull me up to the next level? And that's why you go to conferences. Honestly, people say, oh, I couldn't afford to go to this conference or that. And don't go if you can't afford it, okay? Don't spend money you don't have. But if you're good at paying off your credit card and your credit card has a decent limit, put the freaking trip on a credit card. Go network with people. Live a life that is more than what you currently live, and see what it's like to go to a fancy hotel. I'm a country boy, so hotels and all the fanciness is not my normal gig, okay? But you come and you experience and you meet all kinds of new people from different places, people with accents. Now I'm a single guy, and there's like a room, half the room is full of like beautiful private investigator women that are probably all married. Okay, but the point is, you network with people, and it doesn't just help you grow your business, it helps you grow as a person. That you recognize that these people could better your life, right? So the next tip I would have for you is make notes about people. So yeah, you put them in your CRM, but ask them, like, what are you struggling with the most on your business right now? Like, how could if you could solve this one problem in your business, like, what would it be, and how would you solve it? Like, or what would it be? And that piece of information you won't use right away, so a lot of people won't ask for it. But if you get it and you put it in your CRM, and in your mind, you're thinking to yourself as you're talking to other people, meeting other people, somebody else will say, here's an example. Someone will say, I need a good guy to serve papers or to handle a case for me, let's say in a town that's 3 hours away, right? And they won't necessarily tell you that unless you ask. They're like, what are you struggling with right now? I'm having a really hard time finding process servers and PIs up in this area of the state. And you're like, oh, okay, there's not many people up there. So now you've identified the problem, and then you go find the solution. Like, you don't have to actively go around and ask people, do you serve up in this area? No, but you go and you meet everyone, and you talk to everyone. You ask everyone those questions. And before you know it, you're the guy who knows most about everyone in the room. Now, the key is to be able to do this in a professional way. So the last tip I'll give you when it comes to connecting with individuals is to keep it short. Your desire to not look weird or be judged, right, will keep you from ending a conversation with somebody that's gone too long. And so I'm going to give you a quick tip on how to end a conversation with somebody at a conference. Like, oh, here's how you do it. So they have a story, and you have a story, and they have a story, and you say something, and they say something, and you feel like you keep contributing to it, but you know it's gone too long. Then it's time for the pivot. And the pivot it's 3-part. One part is telling them, it's a transition, telling them from whatever story or topic you're talking about to say, well, this has been so awesome getting to know you. What do you have planned for later today? And they're going to say, I'm going to go, well, I think me and the wife are actually going to hit the pool after the conference or whatever. We're going to go to this. Well, I hope you guys have so much fun at that, all right? Thank you so much. It was good getting to know you. I'll connect. And then shake their hand and walk away. Don't be the linger longer after the handshake. Walk away. Pretend like you have somewhere to go, even if it's to the bathroom. And then you can come back and network with somebody else who's right next to where you were. It doesn't matter. The key is to only spend a certain amount of time with each person connecting and networking so that you can make the most connections while you're there. The reason why you're there is to make in-person networking connections. Why would you spend an entire evening, a social gathering or whatever with one person? If you're just there to enjoy yourself, like some conferences I go to, I've been there, I know everybody who goes, like Cal's Pro or maybe even some NAPS conferences I go, and I'm just chilling. Like, I know everyone here. I'm not trying to network and like get to know all these new people or whatever. But when you go to conferences and you don't know anybody, you're the guy who needs to be shaking hands and networking, right? So the last tip I would give is to reflect and have some way of reaching out with people very quickly after the conference. I would give it 2 to 3 days and reach out to people that you've connected with by phone. Remember, you had an in-person, maybe somewhat of a personal connection with them in person. This is why conferences are so powerful, because they're in person. So instead of like texting them and doing the lazy thing, call them. And it's an easy, simple script. You just call them, just like a normal human would try to connect with another human. You say, hey, I just wanted to follow up and see how things are going after the conference. How you doing? And let them linger in the awkwardness of, who are you again? That's okay. That's a part of this. And they go, oh yeah, I'm the guy with the big guy with the I used to say spiky hair, but I don't really spike it up as much anymore. You know, and take the opportunity to like walk around. Like, I'm gonna put a video up here of walking around the town and seeing the different places. Like, when you're in these different areas, like, stay at the conference, be at the conference. But when the conference is over and there's like an evening to figure things out, before you go to the conference, take a little bit of time to plan some fun things. Like, there's a Red Rock thing that we might do. This is one that we did yesterday. We went to the downtown Old Town Arvada, and it's super cool. Went to a really cool restaurant. We were able to just walk downtown. It's really cool little community here. But the area that's where they do yoga, and so I'm not a yoga guy, but people pay like $200 to be able to do yoga with 10,000 people all at the same time in this one like amphitheater, Red Rock Amphitheater, and it's actually made solid of rock, and it's an amphitheater. And so the acoustics are different. So they don't even have to use a microphone. They can talk, and it just goes all the way up the rocks, and you could hear them. Anyways, so that's my last tip. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, or you're a process server or a PI and you want to get more business, you want me to teach you how to actually grow your business, the marketing principles that I teach inside the community completely for free, go join at mightyprocessserver.com, okay? See you guys on the next one, and enjoy your next conference. If you love conferences, comment below your favorite conference to go to. I don't care if it's ClickFunnels, FinCon, NAPS, or one of these other legal support conferences. Comment below. See you guys on the next one.
That's a wrap on another episode of Process Server Daily, where the legal support industry levels up. Want to grow your process serving business with the best marketing tools, the most engaged community, and the highest ranking directory online? Visit mightyprocessserver.com. Claim your listing. Join our free community. Surround yourself with process servers who get it and build something real. From the field to the courtroom, this is Process Server Daily. Until next time, stay safe out there and live mighty.